Hi everybody, it's Sarah Willis again with another video. Today I'm going to be talking briefly about the differences between PTSD and C-PTSD. PTSD, which most of us are familiar with, is post-traumatic stress disorder, and not as commonly known about is complex PTSD, or complex post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD points to one event. Most of us think of somebody coming back from war. They have PTSD, or another example would be a difficult childbirth, or maybe a car accident, something like that, where it's one event where you can point to and say, this is what happened to me. C-PTSD is different. Just like the name implies, it's complex. It's not one event that you can point to explain what is going on. It's many events, usually occurring in childhood, but not always. But for my life example is C-PTSD. When I got the diagnoses of bipolar disorder type 2 and borderline personality disorder, in my opinion, that was just a symptom of complex PTSD. Depression, anxiety, self-harm, suicidal ideation and attempts, toxic relationships, insomnia, addictions, and what does that say? Oh, are just a symptoms are of PTSD and C-PTSD. And how I overcame my complex post-traumatic stress disorder was plant spirit medicine. Plant spirit medicine unlocks neural pathways in the brain, thus undoing both PTSD and C-PTSD. It doesn't matter how complex your post-traumatic stress disorder is, or if it was just one event. To plant spirit medicine, it's all the same. It unlocks those neural pathways in the brain, and there's a control alt-delete on the person, and that's what I experienced. My only regret in doing plant spirit medicine is that I didn't do it soon enough. I hadn't heard of it. It is my belief and opinion that how we treat these disorders, the PTSD and the C-PTSD, is wrong. We need plant spirit medicine to overcome these disorders. PTSD and C-PTSD is not something that someone can just get over. You know, some people say, oh, you came back from war 3 years ago, or, get over it, move on, move past it. I've heard that so many times. Move on, get past it. But the brain, trauma is not stored in the event, it's stored in the body. And specifically, it's stored in the brain, and it's not something that someone can just get over. Okay, I'm going to say that again. C-PTSD and PTSD, it's not something that someone can just get over. They can't. The brain won't let the person move on. It's unfortunate, but it's true. The PTSD or C-PTSD wires the brain differently, and that person is locked in that trauma, even though it's not happening anymore, even though it's over, maybe years over. For me, it had been, 35 years from my childhood, and I was still wanting to kill myself, still depressed, still just so much trauma I was dealing with. But as soon as I did 2 different plant spirit medicine ceremonies, I was unlocked from C-PTSD. I want you to keep in mind that it's medicine. A lot of people write to me with help, and they say, oh, that's drugs. It's not drugs. These are sacred plant medicines from the earth, made by our Creator. So it has a higher intelligence than man-made Western medicine. The only thing that exists in Western medicine that comes close to these medicines is electric shock therapy, which, yes, they still do. I almost had an appointment to have 6 treatments of electric shock therapy. I'm so glad I didn't. The 2 medicines I did, one was very, very easy, and in fact I would do it again, and I have done it again many times in my house. It was wonderful. The other medicine was really tricky and difficult at times. It was not very pleasant. But the worst part of my experience with communing with plant spirit medicine is nothing compared to the C-PTSD on my best day. So it's not, it's not the most pleasant experience, but it's nothing compared to C-PTSD. Nothing. The hell and the torment that I lived with was nothing compared to that. If you have any questions about what specific plant spirit medicines that can help you unlock from PTSD and C-PTSD, check out my other video. I have a video called Key Number 11, Plant Spirit Medicine. All those medicines can help unlock those neural pathways in the brain and allow the person to experience control, alt-delete on their mind, body, soul, and spirit, with the exception of cannabis. Cannabis is a beautiful sacred medicine, but it does not unlock the brain from PTSD and C-PTSD. It's kind of like an outpatient treatment, whereas the other medicines I go into are like soul surgery, and your soul goes under surgery. I used to smoke cannabis to deal with my C-PTSD, my suicidal ideation, but as soon as I sobered up, the suicide would come right back. So it did help temporarily, whereas the other medicines I communed with completely obliterated my C-PTSD. I knew intuitively that these medicines would help. I didn't really know how it would, but it totally did. Not only am I free from suicidal ideation and attempts, but I'm also depression free. It's almost 3 years now, and I'm totally free from depression and suicidal ideation. I found my voice, my confidence. I was empowered. I was just completely let go. And it's such a shame that people don't know about these medicines. These medicines are your birthright to experience the freedom and health and vitality that I've found through these medicines. And I think the reason why they are legal is because they're so effective. After my medicine ceremonies, I was free from the torment of BPD, borderline personality disorder, and bipolar disorder. It's completely free. I would like to say know your rights. Your right is any action you can take that doesn't cause harm to anybody. So I'm going to be bold and say, even though they're illegal, this is your birthright to experience the freedom and health and empowerment that I've found. Much love to everyone. If you're suffering with PTSD or C-PTSD, you don't have to. There's medicine on this planet that can help you overcome. And it's still hard for me to believe that I'm past this, because every day is just like a new day. Every day I'm free from depression, and I want you to experience the same. Much love. I pray everyone is doing well. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.